Yeah, there we go, baby. Daily fix time. That's right. It's Monday, every day at noon. We appreciate you. What you can watch us on Twitter now as well. But
That's true.
please, yes, check us out on YouTube as well. And as I say before we kick things off, please like and subscribe. And I've seen many of you out there start to like and subscribe. I appreciate you following directions because remember, if you do not, my children, all three of them, aren't able to eat. So no pressure on that. Hey, Steve, I gotta be honest with you. I'm fired up. I told you Friday, Olympics is my thing. I'm watching right here the men's team in gymnastics. Usually our women just absolutely walk the competition, but the men are trying right now. They're on the uneven bars right now. They're on the bars, excuse me, right now. Could really have a chance to get on the medal stand. So I'm really fired up right now, trying to calm myself down in Paris. But we got a shot here, baby. Got a shot.
I watched the opening ceremony and was
Mm.
like, you know what? I'm gonna try to really get into the Olympics, and then didn't watch a single thing all week.
God, you're a sucker. You didn't watch the basketball? You didn't watch anything?
I had a lot
Oh,
going on. I was busy.
oh man, there was a North Korea Israel, I believe, handball matchup that I got really, really turned up in late at night. So no, man, I'm on that thing, man. We hit three things every day from noon. Like I said, like and subscribe, share, tell some folks or 19 about it. I do want to get in. Speaking of the Olympics, my biggest takeaway uh, of the uh, uh, of the Olympics and the opening weekend, and Serta, we may have to somewhere else on Foolish Club Media do something on this because this feels like a long conversation because I am astonished by this. Even though it's been happening for years, it just really opened up even more this weekend. And let's get to a guy that most teams should need, but it seems like the Kansas City Chiefs haven't needed. We'll get to that. But first, did you see these come across this weekend that wide receiver Mike Evans said he considered signing with the Kansas City Chiefs to play with Patrick Mahomes before staying with Tampa? So Mike Evans could have been a Chief. Now I know for you, you love your little receivers. That it gives you oxygen. That right there, that does it for Steve. Right there, that does it for Steve
He's
and
a
many of
really
you.
good one. Been a
And,
really good one for a long time.
31 years old, what I believe 11 consecutive years he's been over 1,000 yards. He's something else. Can I be honest? And I don't just say this because I'm a homer. I would let my record show that I am more. I'm the opposite of a homer. Many people who have followed me would say that some of them would say I hate the Chiefs, even though I don't. But I like what they and the decision they've made and how it went, whether they were turned down by Mike or what. I do like the type of receivers they have, the type of receivers with speed that can do, I think, a lot more and can be interchangeable because I do think they have the big body powered guy in Rasheed Rice, right? I think they have that, which is Mike Evans. And by the way, as I said, it's crazy. It's 11 straight years of 1,000 yards. But Steve, it's 11 straight years of a guy that big that moves that way that's kind of that kind of does he doesn't do a lot of things. I mean, my man's a boundary receiver that runs up the thing up the up the boundary, but like Hollywood Brown and Worthy and this crew do a lot of interchangeable things and get downfield, and I think they probably fit better with Mahomes. Now, we've never really seen Mahomes have a Mike Evans, Hopkins type. The closest thing we've seen is probably Rasheed Rice. So I'm sure it's because it's Mahomes and they're great players. It would work. But I do think for what Andy likes to do, I think I think what they have, Steve, fits better than maybe having a Mike Evans. That to me, I like the route that they have gone better than having Mike Evans because I'm not sure what else you would want to get.
I mean, Mike Evans would be really fun with Patrick Mahomes.
He'd be fun. He'd be fun. But
I do like the group that they have and the cast of weapons that they have over just spending a bunch of money on Mike Evans.
no, yeah, I think this was the better. Like I said, like you said, he would be fun and he would be productive. But I think there's maybe a limit to things in the offense that Andy wants to do, and now he has guys that can do it all for him. All right, FAU, old Felix, first round pick. Sir, I don't know how many teams that can draft a first round pick. I mean, for a team that's trying to win and a team that had the number 1 or 2 defense in all the NFL and just not need anything from them. I mean, really, like it would be like even right now this year, clearly last year, they didn't need anything from him because they didn't give anything. You got George, you got Mike Dana, you had Charles Omenihu. Like they had a crew over there. But this is their first round pick. And hell, they basically treated him like college and redshirted him and just didn't even play him. And I look at it, and hell, I don't know if they need him, if they really, really need him. Maybe now because Charles Omenihu is going to be a slow starter, and it would be nice to get something out of him because obviously they love the talent and what he could bring to the table. But it is crazy that they have drafted a guy and don't even need him, Steve. They don't even need the dude. I mean, they haven't even need him. It feels like at least now this is more of a want to. Like, what can they get out of Felix? And that's the thing is if he can, like, if he can be a rotational piece, that would be big. But I mean, I would like to say, Steve, well, I want to see something out of FAU, but I'd like to, but I don't know if they need him. I don't know if they need it from him. But I mean, it's just wild to me that they just have a first round pick at a premium position that really they don't need.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice to get something out of him, but it's not so different from like what the Jets did with Jermaine Johnson, and they even did it last year with Will McDonald, where they just had so much depth they didn't really need him, and so he just basically got time to develop.
Like develop? I'm trying to figure like Charles Omenihu is hurt. I'm trying to figure like how much more we're going to see out of him. Like how much of a step he take. I mean, it would really be nice early. It'd be really nice early for him to show. Because, I mean, I thought it was a nice pick out of K-State. Saw him in several games and felt like he was well coached and he'd be able to do something off the edge. But, I mean, he didn't even play last year.
It's with him, too. I think it's like I don't think you can move him around the way that you move around some of the other guys. Like Mike Dana can play inside and outside. Like they'll move George around a little bit. Like Chris Jones can move inside and outside. Like I think Felix just has to be on the outside, and Omenihu is another guy that can move inside and outside. But like Omenihu's not going to be healthy to start the season, so it would be very nice to just see anything out of Felix this year.
Yeah, if he can be a part of the rotation with Omenihu out, that's the other part that hurts too. Like Chris Jones can move to the outside. Like that's a better thought. Chris Jones and Karlaftis coming off the edge right now is a better thing. If he could be a pass rusher to keep Chris Jones or come from the inside or the outside, that would I wouldn't say change the game, but at least add another element to this group. All right, this is really what I want to talk about. I just need some help, Steve. Like, how did we get to a place where Snoop is so safe for the mainstream? Like, how did we get to a space where this dude, who everyone knows for years is synonymous with smoking weed? I mean, and mind you, he was to me safe before the smoking weed thing became more accepted. And I mean, with Martha 10 years ago, I mean, he became like, it is wild what he is he is a Crip and comes right out. I mean, he doesn't hide it. He is a Crip. He walks. And he is just accepted as just mainstream. He's
just the coolest. Everybody's cool with Snoop Dogg.
How did we get there though? Like when I read off to you his resume of things that go around him, especially in this time frame where we have what we have from the right and the left, like that Snoop would just be. He's on the Olympics as much as anybody. Like I would just say in my head, if I close my eyes, like all these people make sense. I'm just saying it. but Mike Tirico, the Italian. Then you have Peyton Manning. Then you have Kelly Clarkson. And Snoop. Snoop's going to be on as much as anybody. Snoop, he's at every event. Snoop's in tears after Dressel and the relay team wins the gold. He's up there crying with the national anthem. He was late night with Mike Tirico doing the interviews, and I was like, when in the world? What made Snoop this? I mean, he's more safe than Justin Timberlake. Like, I mean, hey man, let's just. All right, man. We got the Olympics here on NBC. Let's be safe. Where you want to go? You want to go Timberlake? You want to go?
I mean, JT just got a DUI and was high on cocaine a couple of weeks ago.
I know he's high all the time. he's high.
Weed's legal. They don't care about the weed.
That's a change up. I'm just saying, it's just wild to me. Snoop is just safe. Snoop is like he's basically Ed Sullivan. He's just safe. Just put him on anywhere. Oh, safe Snoop. How about that? Hi, Mom. Hey, Courtney.